The whale shark is the largest fish in the world. It can reach up to 20 meters long. Because of its name and large size, it is often confused with whales. However, they are sharks. Unlike whales that breathe the oxygen in the air with their lungs, whale sharks absorb the oxygen directly from the water through their gills. The whale shark can be found in warm waters near the tropics. It's believed that they are pelagic fish, which means living near the surface of the water, but in certain seasons migrate long distances to coastal areas.
In the Pacific and in the Gulf of California, the most important places are the Bay de Los Angeles to the north and the Bay of La Paz here in Baja California Sur, as well as Quintana Roo, Yucatan, and Isla Holbox.
They usually travel solo, but from time to time they form groups to feed in areas with large concentrations of food. The whale shark's belly is totally white, while its back is a darker gray color than most of the other sharks. They have a multitude of molds and horizontal and vertical white of yellowish lines in patterns that resemble a chessboard. These spots are unique to each individual, so are used to identify them and to register the population.
Para identificarlos y para censar su población.
Their skin can be 10 inches thick, its body is hydrodynamically elongated and robust and has several longitudinal ribs in the head and the back. Its head is broad and flattened, and on their sides are two small eyes. Their enormous mouths can reach up to 1.5 meters wide, enough capacity to accommodate a seal swimming sideways. Inside their jaws are multiple rows of small teeth with 5 large pairs of gills whose clefts are enormous. Using their pair of dorsal and pectoral fins, the pectorals being very powerful. The tail of these fish can reach the length of more than 2.5 meters from side to side. However, the whale shark is not an efficient swimmer due to the fact it uses its entire body to swim, which is not common in fish. Therefore, they move at an average speed of 5 miles per hour, a relatively slow speed for a fish of such an enormous size. Bay of La Paz, a shark specialist, researcher Denny Ramirez, studies the daily behavior of the whale shark from a ship as well as from hydroplane, working in sync. The whale shark is identified from the air, and then the boat moves towards the coordinates to make contact with it.
The plane saw 10 sharks in all. We saw 8, and we were able to work starting at 7 a.m. It was an amazing day, especially to have whale sharks here at the end of January. We're going to see where they're going to go after being here in the Bay of La Paz. They can dive as deep as 1,000 meters. This is where we put tags on them, and after 1,000 meters we release them to go free to avoid losing the data. That's how we know that the shark can dive more than 1,000 meters.
They are constantly swimming around coral reefs, going in and out along coast, the bays and lagoons. They are always found in the open oceans and always on the surface, since that's where they seek their food.
Sur del Golfo de California tenemos agregaciones de hembras preñadas.
In the south of the Gulf of California, we have groups of pregnant females, and in some areas of the Bay of La Paz and the Bay of Los Angeles, we have very, very small whale sharks, especially in the Bay of La Paz. Just yesterday, we saw one less than 2 meters long, and this tells us that they are probably born in the coastal bays within the southern waters of the Gulf, where there is a lot of food. The bays also provide shelter and protection against predators while feeding.
It is thought that these giants live up to 100 years and that they can have offsprings for the first time until they are 30. And they can give birth to up to 300 small sharks.
I'm installing what are called satellite tags. I'm only installing 3 satellite tags. What these tags do is measure temperature, depth, and all the shark's movements.
In 2001, it began the studying of the genetics of the whale shark population in the Gulf of California. Also, it started the creating of a photo identification catalog where pictures are taken from one specific part of the shark. This one is the left side of the body, which serves to register the scars it may have.
We started working on the rulings and registry of the whale shark activity here in the Bay of La Paz. All the tourist service providers are well aware of the regulations to follow when bringing people to view or swim near the whale sharks. They must observe a very slow speed anywhere in the area of a whale shark. There can be only one boat by a shark and no more than 6 people in the water following a shark. They must respect that if another boat is present, they either have to find another shark to follow or take turns following that one. Unfortunately, private boats are not aware of these rules, so we have been distributing marine brochures to them to make them more aware of the rules to follow when there are whale sharks present. Each year, the same sharks return, and this doesn't happen in any other part of the world. In other words, we can say the sharks are ours. They are paseños, or locals.
We worked hard to calculate the status of the whale shark population in the Gulf of California, and now we must educate the public about the rules and regulations of observing the species and about saving and preserving their habitat. For divers and all lovers of the world on the water, swimming with whale shark or simply having a close encounter is truly a privilege and undoubtedly one of the most popular on-the-water adventures.
An encounter with a whale shark while one is diving is truly an impressive experience, and La Paz is one of the places to encounter one of these animals, especially during summertime.